Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk Bloomsburg women's basketball. Joining us is the head coach, Bill Cleary. Well, Bill, let's talk about your team this year. Here we are in January, and getting ready to get another one underway as Kutztown comes to town.
Yeah, we're real excited. First off, John, thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate it. But, yeah, we're real excited. I think our last 5 games we've played really, really well. It seems like once that calendar year changed to 2015, light bulbs going off, and the kids have just been playing extremely well right now.
Well, it seems like turnovers are something your team is creating. Tell us about the girls getting after it.
Well, I'll tell you what. We have our matchup zone has, I think, been our staple of our program here since Coach Stark and I have gotten here 7 years ago. And I'll tell you, every year it seems to get better. This is the best I think our matchup has ever looked. And our kids just, they get it, they understand it, and they're really tenacious. And I think it starts really with Taylor Maldonado, the graduate senior that transferred in from Florida Southern. She just causes a lot of headaches and a lot of problems for the person bringing the ball up. And then Marla Simmons, I can't speak enough of this kid. This kid on the defensive end, she knows the matchup better than I do, and she does a fantastic job of really causing havoc and, sacrificing her body along with Jocelyn Ford. I mean, between the two of them, I don't know how many charges they have this year. I would have to imagine they average at least 2 to 3 charges a game each. So, I mean, everyone's bought in. Everyone understands what we're trying to do here defensively, and the defense, just the pressure has been unbelievable.
Well, you guys are shooting well from the field as well. And during the current winning streak, the girls are doing a great job of getting the ball in the basket.
No, they are. I think if you watch this before. Before 2015, we were defending really well, and we really were executing very well on the offensive end. We just weren't hitting those shots, and we kept telling the players, listen, just keep shooting, the shots are going to fall, and right now, thank goodness they've been falling. I mean, we've been shooting, I think, at like 46% again since the start of 2015 year. So I think that's given us even more confidence than we've had before. So it just right now things seem to be clicking very well for us.
Talking Bloomsburg University women's basketball here on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Little things matter in every game as you play in the PSAC. And, of course, coach, free throws and your team shooting real well there, diving for balls out of bounds. Talk about those little things that you preach in practice that you end up seeing in the game and sometimes don't always go into the stats.
It's funny you say that. One of the things we said to our players at the beginning of the season is, for Coach Decker and I, for us to see if you're investing in the program, we want to see you doing all the little things, all the hustle plays, diving for a loose ball, taking a charge, making the extra pass. To us, that makes all the difference in the world. That's the difference between winning a close game and losing a close game. And, it's funny, the charges that we've seen, Cammie Bonner's taking charges, the freshman Morgan Klunk is taking charges. We've always known the Jocelyn Fords and the Marla Simmons are going to take them, but now you're seeing the younger kids stepping up and doing that. And to us, that's what makes our program. The unselfishness, the sacrifice, the willing to step up and take that charge for your teammates because your other teammates do that for you as well. So you're right. It has made all the difference. It's really become contagious, and I can't really speak enough about it. And it's been led by our seniors. Jocelyn Ford and Marla Simmons, they've done a great job of preaching that and letting our younger players know that that's what our program's all about.
Bill, you're 12-2 at this point as you head into this weekend. How do you keep the girls up? The ladies, of course, you go through games where you win by 40. Maybe you win a close one by 10. You've only lost 2 this year, but trying to keep that focus of getting better every game.
Well, one of the things that we've always preached here is, there's the game that's in hand, that next game, the most important game of the season. Doesn't matter about what you've done in the past, doesn't matter what's around the bend. it's that game right then and there. And we've always talked about that. We always preach that, hey, tonight's the most important game of the year. So right now they know Saturday is the most important game of the year for us. We're not worried about anything else except for Kutztown. And we know as long as we worry about, just Kutztown, you just take each game as they come. Everything else will take care of itself. And that's something that we've been doing here literally for the last 4 years, or actually 5. So it's one of those things where, it's very easy to lose sight of what's going on. We use the analogy, I love baseball. So we talked about, in baseball, division titles are won in July and August, and there's dog days of summer where, it's scorching hot, and, maybe not many people are there because of the heat or whatever, but you got to go out and you got to play. Those games, those divisions are not won in September, where everyone thinks, oh, here comes crunch time. They're actually won in July, and that's what we said. Wednesday night, we're like, listen, it's Decker Gymnasium from Mendola University. That's a tough place to play. And we said, listen, it's the middle of January. There's going to be nobody there because school's out. Mansfield has nothing to lose. They're going to play. They're going to play hard. And so we knew right then we better be ready to play. And because if we want to win the division title like we want to, you got to win in January. And that's what we preach here.
When you talk about your team, it seems like Adriana Sadowski, what she could do on the inside, and she could put down the 8-footer, the 2-footer, the 12-footer. She's a presence inside.
She really is. She's very versatile, and we were just talking about that today. She's a wild card. She's the kid that we know that can take us over the hump. She's the one that can put us on the shoulders and take us to that promised land that where we think we really can get to. And she's really done a fantastic job of mixing it up. Defense is how you defend her. She can beat you down low. She can beat you out, outside of it. She can beat you off the dribble. She does so many different things, and it's great to see her confidence growing with each game. I mean, John, when we got her, 4 years ago, you're sitting there, and Coach Decker and I, we see the potential. We see what she will be able to bring to the table. It was getting her to understand that, and even to today, I don't think she realizes how strong and how good she really is and can be still. And it's because she's such a modest kid, such a humble kid, and we're so proud of her, and we're really happy for her.
We're talking Bloomsburg University women's basketball with Bill Cleary here on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Bill, you keep working hard there with your ladies, and after you're 12-2, and here we are in the middle of January, little report card, I guess you could say, for your team, and it's hard to break it down into all the different components, whether we went guards or forwards or centers. But how about the offensive end? Where are you at now as far as a grade, and then over on the defensive end, where are you at?
Well, I'm laughing because I give us an incomplete right now, and people probably look at me like, "What are you, nuts?" I think offensively. The reason I say it's incomplete right now because I think we can be even better. We're starting to hit our stride, but I've always said I'm greedy. I always want more, and so for our players, they know that they can do even better. So I like our execution, but it's got to be a little more consistent in terms of our movement and stuff. But it's getting there. It's getting there. I'm very happy. Defensively, I would. Honestly, I give it probably an A minus right now. I mean, that's been our bread and butter. To be honest, it's what's carried us to where we are right now at 12-2. But there's still room for improvement. We can still be better. Our rotations are slow at times. We become stationary and we become spectators sometimes when we need to be moving. Obviously we can always be better, but. Right now, I can say right now, defense has been our strength so far this year, and hopefully it will continue to be.
Bill, there's so much going on in the coach's world, and you on the football end, guys like Urban Meyer winning national championships, and 4 or 5 days later, he's out there on the recruiting road along with other coaches, whether it's in the Lehigh Valley or different parts of Pennsylvania. And here you are, you're coach. You guys are 12-2, but you're always looking ahead. Talk about that that busyness that, hey, you're looking towards some players for next year in that class and fill in some spots and know who's going to graduate. It's a constant turn. I'm sure there's a whole lot of communication going on with your coaching staff.
It really is, John. I mean, one of the things is you can never get complacent. You've always got to look, not just, for the senior class because we're pretty much done, but right now we're starting on our junior class. And, it's one of those things where we tell the kids that we sign that are coming here, listen, with all due respect, we're thrilled we have you, and this is great. I said, you just made my job harder, which I love. I got to find someone better than you because we don't want players to think, all right, well, I'm going to, I don't need to get better because I'm going to be the best player here for the next X amount of years. We want them to understand that we're going to push you, we're going to challenge you, and we're going to get players that are going to do the exact same thing so that we all become better. Not just the players, but even the coaches, that we all become better so that, we're never satisfied. We're never like, all right, we're fine, we'll get better. No, we always need to get better. Coaching staff, players both included in that. So we're always striving to be the best because, again, our ultimate goal is to win a national championship. That's what we want to do. And if you're going to do that, you got to keep finding players that are going to not just push each other, but push themselves, push our coaching staff, all of us pushing together towards that common goal.
Well, Bill Cleary working awfully hard with his coaching staff there at Bloomsburg University. The women 12-2 will get at it again this weekend as they'll take on Kutztown University. Bill, always a pleasure to talk with you, and appreciate you reaching out over the holiday. Wishing my family a happy holidays, and of course the same back to you and your family there in Bloomsburg.
I know, John. Thank you so much for everything. We really appreciate all the support you guys give us, and it means a lot. I mean, giving us the opportunity to talk about our program and talk about the special players that we have here. Really, honestly, thank you to you. We really appreciate everything you do for us.
Tremendous amount of positives going on at Bloomsburg University, the women's basketball program. Bill Cleary here on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.